You're listening to the February 28th, 2017 reading of Blossom Goodchild's channeling with the Federation of Light.
Hi chaps. Life is very busy at the moment, so let's sneak a chat in while I have this hour free. If that suits you, of course.
Indeed. These conversations are not compulsory, Blossom. Let that be known.
I do know that, yet at the same time I like to keep them up as often as I can. Without ego, I know many look forward to them.
Would it be so for you to consider trying to discard that which is taking place around the whirlwind in your head and rest and chat with us a while?
Sure, that's why I'm here.
Then let us proceed. You have had many asked questions regarding our latest topic of visitations. Some responses have been contradictory to that which we have spoken, in that there are those who consider there to be a darker side, that take liberties against one's will regarding what you term abductions.
Yes, see, my view being that you mentioned those of lesser light being involved and that this has nothing to do with you, and I know it's not your bag to discuss things of this nature.
This is correct. For as you stated in one reply, we are here to shed light on many topics, not extract fear. We consider our subject matter to be of necessary intentional brightness and to uplift and therefore deploy any matter that is not of service to the soul.
Yet some folk like to look into these things just to find out what's going on elsewhere.
And we would say it does them no harm. Yet we doubt it does them much good either. You see, Blossom, as you know, it is your vibrational pull that takes you one way or another down a particular pathway, depending, of course, on that which you choose to focus on. Totally depending on that. Therefore, although there are many souls that have the inquisitive mindset to indulge and delve into the darker side of things, we would say, is it not curiosity that killed the cat? In a light-hearted fashion, you understand. Our only intent is to assist you in raising your vibration and to help you understand and remember who you are. We do not have any desire to delve into that which pulls one's vibration into a hole of fear and then leave you dangling there.
This I know. This I am happy with. Yet with all respect, that doesn't mean to say that there are not some very nasty indulgences going on upon this planet, and many feel they cannot just ignore that.
They would do well to do so, for by ignoring, you are not giving energy to. If one feels that they must look into certain unpleasantries, then we suggest that A, you protect your beings in whichever way you choose to, and B, make it your sole purpose to enter in to such participations with the intention of filling it with love, the deeper you dig. There are those that have followed our conversations, Blossom, since we began, and there are those that have recently been welcomed aboard. Therefore, it is necessary sometimes to reiterate that which may seem old hat or obvious to many. Besides, timely reminders never harm.
You know, the more I discover, mainly through emails and stories of others' experiences of one sort or another, the more I realize that this is indeed a very odd world in which we reside at this time. And there is layer upon layer upon layer upon layer ad infinitum, of which we can never fully understand or know in total. It blows your head off sometimes. So I remain in simplicity and return to love, only love. Will we ever know it all?
Oh yes, in a flash.
When?
When you are of self, without guises or vessels to reside within. You are a consciousness of one. This is who you are. This is your home. Therefore, everything that ever is, was and shall be, is known by you. For you are everything.
Yet in this little earth body of ours we feel so limited.
Because that is what you believe. Yet, we have been down this road before.
Many, many times, my friends.
What is it, then, you would like to ask that is new?
Well, someone wrote in asking about the subject of transitioning into the new world. You had said that some will stay around and adapt along with their physicality into a higher vibration, and our bodies would change along with us, and that some folk would choose to leave the physicality and not see the next part through in human flesh. They were wondering what would make a soul choose to do that. I mean, wouldn't they be missing out on all the fun? They've got so far, why give up just before the finishing line?
It certainly is not a matter of giving up or giving in. As you say, as we say, it is a matter of choice. Some may be tired in physicality and have no desire to continue on.
Yet why, when it promises to be so amazing?
Everything, Blossom, is amazing. Maybe they have even better things to move on to. Maybe they do not desire to be in a vessel, any longer and wish to be a free spirit. Maybe they have a soul friend who is no longer in the flesh, and therefore to be with them and to watch the earth's transformation from afar. Maybe there are only so many that can go through with it, follow it through, and they therefore sacrifice that pleasure for the betterment of all. For in the long term, dearest souls, it matters not. When you fully understand that you are all one, you accept that what one does is shared by you thoroughly. We have just popped a thought into your head.
Yes, regarding when one may feel a little off balance some days for no reason at all. We could put it down to anything these days, yet you just offered another option. Please share.
In that, being one energy of love, perhaps sometimes you are in tune with another's vibration that is of a lower frequency than yours.
I didn't think we would do that, for if we were of a higher frequency, why would we choose to tune into a lower one?
You don't. Yet, you may choose to allow a lower vibration to seep into yours for the purpose of dissipating that lower energy vibration, be it of a thought, word, or an action. You willingly take on the task of absorbing negativity in order to release it out and away.
Why? For the highest good of all?
Indeed.
Seems a little odd, though, because at the time we may just feel off and don't know why.
It isn't because you have suddenly agreed to absorb and dissipate a particular thought, word, or action. It is because you agreed to do this in general, as generally as you can, as long as it does not affect you on a permanent basis. That would not serve at all. Yet, how would we say, now and then, to be of service, this would be an act in which, in fact, you give gratitude for the opportunity.
Nice way to look at it from now on. Do we know of the soul in which we're ridding their negativity?
There is no need, and it does not necessarily mean you are ridding them of it.
Then with all respect, what's the point?
The point, Blossom, is that you are dissolving some of the negativity, relieving their burden to a certain degree, as an act of wholeness, to assist, to aid, to lighten another's burden. For indeed, dear friends, another's burden can be of such heaviness, depending on their given choices.
So is it our right to interfere with their choices?
You are not interfering. You are simply lightening their load. Some folk find they're in so deep that only a helping hand can pull them out. Yet, on the topic we have been speaking, it is not necessary to know the soul that you are assisting. You just do it.
I've heard of souls who agreed to come and cry for the world. Seems odd, too.
Why?
Well, if we have choices of service that perhaps are agreed before landing, who would want to come down and cry out everybody else's sorrows?
Many enlightened a soul, for it is only those who have the strength to do so. And, dearest Blossom, it is not particularly crying for everybody else. It is more releasing trapped energy within Mother Earth for all the atrocities that have been played out upon her.
Yet even so, what a job! Certainly wouldn't be my chosen career. I jest, of course, and give gratitude for those who volunteered to do so.
You would be surprised what any enlightened souls agreed to undertake.
I was surprised at what I agreed to undertake in October 2008, for I know that was an agreement, and in that knowing I have no regrets. In the same way, I know I agreed to have these chats with you, and I shall continue to do so. It's an inner knowing. I didn't always have it.
Yet you do now, and we are content. What do you feel these inner knowings to be?
Inner knowings?
How do you know them as opposed to hope, question, doubt, half-believe, waver, contradict them?
The feeling.
And that feeling of knowing, as you continue to walk on, dearest souls of earth, is that which we ask you to breathe. Breathe this knowing, this feeling that you are serving out your divine mission. Live it and breathe it. For when you do, life changes for you. Doubts are left behind as to how you live your days. For when you breathe that knowing in and out of your being, you shall find a strength and acknowledgement of self, of who you are. You will walk with your head high and your heart bursting with light love. You will be afeared of nothing, for your truth holds your hand as you open up your divinity and allow it to shine through you, so that others may behold your light and be drawn like a moth to a flame. To feel the warmth of that light and find within themselves that which they see you to be. This is law by which you have chosen to abide in divine grace.
And in divine grace, I love you and leave you for today, my friends.
Correction. We never leave each other. We are one.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Gotta go, places to go, people to see. Love ya, and many, many thanks.